My name is Paul Corbett, and I and my cousin Steve Saunders started a business named Cutting Edge Lawn Care about 20 years ago. We've lived and worked on the west side of Vancouver during that time, and there is a new and very real threat that's infesting our lawns on this side of town. It's known as the European chafer beetle, and it has been migrating west for the last several years. It started in New Westminster, moved to Burnaby, East Vancouver, and now it's finally on the west side of Vancouver. The problem is that this European chafer beetle lays its eggs in our lawns, and the eggs hatch into a larva which feed on our root system. And as the larvae develop into a big juicy bug, animals will come and tear the lawns up to get at this bug. So I'm here on one of my neighbor's lawns in Kerrisdale. This is a typical lawn on the west side of Vancouver. The devastation's already happened here. The animals have turned the soil over. I'm just going to show you a closer look at what's going on though, and what the things are going after. So if we pull back this lawn, as you can see, it comes back very easily. That's because the chafer has been actually digging and eating away at all the root system. The chafer grubs feed on the roots. It's not hard to find. There's more. They're all here, and this is what the animals are doing. They're simply coming in here to have a nice tasty snack. And those are the culprits. Everyone's lawn is threatened right now by the chafer beetle. If your lawn hasn't been turned over, it doesn't mean you don't have the chafer larva living in your lawn. What I'm going to do now is just dig a small section of another lawn in Kerrisdale that hasn't been dug up yet and turn the soil over to see if we can find any evidence of the chafer. So you dig a small section, you just cut down just below the root system. So as you see, this is an area of lawn that wasn't dug up. There's a few chafer. I'm sure we could find more if we looked harder. But this is a seemingly very healthy lawn that still has evidence of chafer damage. And this problem will continue to get worse. These chafer will hatch into the beetles, and then they'll mate and they'll lay eggs again. Each beetle will lay up to 20 eggs in your lawn, which will then hatch into these larvae. So something that's a small problem like this right now can become a very big problem in a very short amount of time. No one's lawn is immune from having the chafer beetle lay its eggs in it. So there's a few things that you really need to do. First, you need to cut your lawn at a higher level so that the grass root can develop. Second, aerate your lawn regularly every year in the spring. Fertilize your lawn regularly. Keep it growing, keep it healthy. And make sure that it's watered regularly in the summer. I know there's regulations banning it to just a couple days a week. Use those 2 days a week. Make sure your lawn gets watered in the dry times. With these preventative measures, you can make your lawn more likely to stay healthy and less likely to be dug up by animals. There are two treatment options for dealing with the chafer problem in your lawn. Both are done in late July, and they can have varying degrees of success depending on how it's done. First, there's an organic method, which is the use of nematodes. These are a microscopic organism which infects the chafer larva with a bacteria that kills them quite quickly. These must be done in a moist environment. That means watering your lawn for a day or two before the treatment is done, and then watering it regularly afterward. In addition, they have to be applied either in the evening or on a cloudy, wet day. The second treatment option is a low toxicity pesticide called Merit. Merit is applied in a thin layer onto your lawn and then watered in. It has a much higher success rate and it does cost less. However, it can only be applied by a licensed applicator, and it can only legally be applied if there has been an established infestation in your lawn, similar to the two we've seen. This one that was healthy with an infestation, and the previous lawn that had been dug up and had an obvious infestation. We at Cutting Edge Lawn Care realize that this is a serious concern to most of the residents in Vancouver at this time. In addition to providing complete lawn care services, we also are licensed applicators that can provide treatments for the chafer beetle. Please contact us today so that we can discuss which option would be best for you and your family. Thank you.